What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome to Bigfoot Input. Today is a landmark for us. It is the 30th episode of Cryptid Creature Picture Reacts. I think it's been called something different every time. But this is our 30th episode, so I really just want to thank you guys so much for all the support, for helping us reach 6,500 subscribers, which is very cool. Plus, hey, just listening for 30 episodes and asking for more, and that's great. And we're going to continue moving forward. And we have got a big one today, so sit back, buckle up. We're going to get right into it and get started. First of all, I just want to say hi to Jaden. Jaden says, not going to lie, you're on to nothing here. Thanks a lot, Jaden. We appreciate your input. And I have long held to the phrase that if you don't have any haters, you're not doing anything. So that's that. So, guys, I barely know where to start. There is so much to look at here today. We're going to jump right in. First of all, I want to say that, okay, I find this picture fascinating, and I'm going to show it. This is not Bigfoot related, but, on Bigfoot Input, we do a lot of things that have to do with Bigfoot paranormal, extraterrestrial. We kind of just get into it, right? So this one was taken by Kathy Westerman from Bigfoot World on an IR camera. Now, Kathy has been known to take pictures of things in the forest on IR that aren't there in the light of day. If you don't believe me, just go to their Facebook and you can see what I'm talking about. It's crazy. Same thing here. She took this picture of this on IR. Didn't know what it was, still don't. But it's definitely fascinating, right? So we were talking about it, and she's like, it looks like a guy with a plow. So I went and found a picture of the nearest thing that I could find is this guy, and she's right. It does look like a man with a plow. So like I said, keep in mind that when in the light of day, this guy does not exist. It's just not there. But on IR, he's showing up. So, hey, I think it's a pretty fascinating picture, but, you're welcome to draw your own conclusions. Anyway, I'm going to move right along. We got a lot to cover. Bigfoot World will be premiering this video, I believe, Sunday night at 8:30 p.m., so tomorrow night. These are screenshots from said video, and I feel like this one is probably the best one, where it showcases the head and the facial features and stuff like that, nose, mouth there, obviously, right? But the tree, this is the tree is a constant. It never moves, obviously. It's the same tree, but the face changes, right? And when I say it changes, I don't mean it's a different face or a different creature. I mean, like, it's moving or it's making faces. All right. So anyway, I think it's obviously a creature, most likely a skunk ape, just trying to hide like they do. But anyway, check out their premiere tomorrow night on their channel. So, unfortunately, I don't have a backstory on this photo. These two guys here, sitting on this log, they look like maybe they've been swimming or something. They're kind of, maybe, I don't know, scantily clad. I don't think they're wearing shoes or shirts. But, the picture sucks. It's like completely washed out, and it's an old picture, but what the hell is going on here? This is just this massive hulking creature. I mean, zero neck, just big boulder shoulders, and then no neck right into a head. And you can see the chest and the arms and the legs here. And it's just like sort of sitting there behind them. And the cool thing about the pictures, I mean, they're pretty visible. Like I said, the picture's not great, but I mean, they're visible. But he just blends right in with the background. I can't imagine why a Sasquatch would just want to sit there that close to a couple of, human guys, just like whatever. I mean, they all kind of look like they're just sitting there together. But anyway, it's an incredible picture. But I think everyone's already seen this. But I wanted to point out, like, what's going on up here? It looks like there's another, like a face up here. Because I'm assuming all this is bush, even though it's like, again, washed out. The picture is just, it's that old, and I'm sure the camera sucked to begin with, but something there. Cool picture. This one's Brad Kidd. I didn't mark it, but it is. Brad Kidd claims this is a dogman, or he thinks it's a dogman. I don't know about that. I know that Brad has a lot of questionable photos, but he has like 4 or 5 just like bangers, just really great photos that are like, holy crap, This one is definitely questionable to me. I mean, it's obviously a dark figure. It's got this sort of bulbous looking head here, which then leads down into the short shoulders and the torso. I can't really make out any visible facial features behind these like branches here, so to call it a dog man, I don't know. It's something. Either way, thank you, Brad, for contributing. No context on this picture at all. And it won't even let me zoom, so that's nice. But I'm seeing like what I think is like maybe a nose here, eye, big nose, mouth here, like the side profile of a face here. I don't think this is a Sasquatch or anything. If anything, it may be a feral human. I'm not gonna get into the troll and forest folk conversation. That's for someone else to do, but it's something weird, but I don't really think it's that paranormal, frankly. No, I don't think so. So let's see what else there is to see. This one I believe was taken in like the area of Sarasota, Florida, like Myakka area. Myakka being a hotbed for skunk apes, this was, well received in the community. But I think what happened was when the guy is, I think his name is Jason Rodriguez, took the picture. He was questioned pretty heavily about his sighting in the picture and things like this. And I want to say that this ended up being a fairly good Photoshop, I believe is how it went. I don't think he actually made anything or did anything like out, in the swamp. I think it was purely a Photoshop, if my memory serves me correct. Either way, unfortunately, it's fake. Here's another one with no context. The tagline said that my cousin caught this on a game cam in Texas. All right, whatever. So, I don't know. And it was like shared and shared and shared. So it's just one of those things where it's kind of lost in translation. But that being said, blurry as hell, just completely blurry, except for the face. The face is crystal clear. So, there's no need to point out all the facial features. But what I want to point out is this blur. Now, if you want to have the conversation that it's coming through a portal from another dimension, go for it. Have that conversation somewhere else. But what I think is really going on here is I think this creature is in move. It's in motion. So like here's the actual head right here. And everything behind him is where he came from. So I think he's moving fairly quickly through the bush. In fact, look at where his arms are, like over here and here. Looks like he's probably in mid-run. So I actually think this is a legit picture and a good picture. And it's a shame that people don't claim their pictures, you know, and say this is what I found. I think they don't want to be ridiculed, you know, and stuff like that. And that's a shame. This is a photo my friend took in Texas. I don't know if it's real. Okay. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna tell you why it's not real. First of all, you can see the pixelation just right on the edge of the creature here, and not anywhere else. Like these trees are pretty clear, you know, but I can see the pixelation right here, right in that blur. Not to mention, this is his right hand. This is his left hand. His torso is angled to face the camera. Yet, there is zero facial features. None. So, fake. Moving on. Fake, fake, fake. This is interesting to me. Again, no context. No one's claiming this. This leg here is up and in motion, so it looks a little weird on the camera, a little deformed. I can see a nice calf definition here. You can also see some shoulder blade definition here. This is nice. Hand right there. The only thing that throws me off, he's got the conical shaped head and everything. This looks legit. Oh, and also I measured his arm length versus his leg length, and they're the same. And on humans, the arms are obviously half the length. You know, thank you to Thinker Thunker for getting that ball rolling. You know, I think we can all use that ratio measurement as a defining characteristic at this point. So, here's what gets me. If he's looking to the right, then there's a mouth, and here's a nose, and there's the forehead. Is he wearing goggles? Does a Bigfoot wear goggles? I mean, look. If a Bigfoot is walking through the forest and finds, or, you know, in a river, say, people lose stuff in a river all the time, and finds a pair of, you know, goggles, why not? Why not put them on? I mean, he's seen us wear them. Maybe he thinks it gives him some sort of superpowers, or he's like, hey, look, I'm cool, I'm wearing human stuff, whatever. But that's really what it looks like to me. It looks like he's wearing a pair of swimming goggles. So I don't know where to go with that. You know, does that make it fake? I don't think so. It maybe, you know, it adds a level of high strangeness to the whole thing. I mean, I'll give you that, but I don't think that makes it fake. I don't know. Cool picture, though. You guys sign your pictures, please. Dutchy beliefs. Always coming through with something interesting. Not always Sasquatch, but always something interesting. Something weird. And we love weird around here. So I think this is a Sasquatch, though. Pretty obviously. Big old head. Big shoulders. You can see the mouth and the nose and the eyes here. Staring right at her. So, yeah. Thank you for submitting always. Great picture. BFW, Bigfoot World. Such a great picture. I think we've already showcased this one a couple times, but we were looking at it in live last night, and it baffles me how great this picture is. You know, it's like with the teeth and the eyes and the conical head. I mean, you know, it's like, hey, it's like, yeah, like you want to see like a skunk ape? There you go. There it is. Easy, done. You know, I heard a conversation the other day that went something like, you know, the idea of Bigfoot being in Florida is laughable. You know, we're out here smirking at you people, basically. So I was like, you know, you condescending. Uh, the evidence is here. It, it's overwhelming evidence, actually. Just a ton of it. So Sasquatch Reanimated reached out to us on IG. So if you have Instagram, hop over there. You know, give them a follow. Cool guy, and he's got some interesting stuff. So he says he hears like a baby crying, right? And then like a mouth or like a hand covering the mouth of the baby to sort of stifle the cries, right? So he turns around and takes this picture. So we obviously have a creature. This is the bush right here. The bush is still covering almost half of its face. But this is it right here. This is a Sasquatch. And it almost looks like a female Sasquatch to me. And that might sound silly, but there's no facial hair, which a lot of Sasquatches do have that. And I don't know, the features just seem softer. It just strikes me as a female, you know, for whatever reason. And then up here, I think you've got two in this picture. And this guy looks a little more stern. This is the male, I think. He's got the narrow, you see how his eyebrows are sort of, you know, angled in. His vision is narrowed. He's looking at you harshly. Um but yeah, I think you got two in that picture. And thank you for submitting. He submitted a lot of stuff. Thank you for submitting everything. We will go through all of it at some point, but this one I thought was the most prominent of all of them. So we wanted to showcase this one first. Thank you. Again, Sasquatch Reanimated on IG. Scott, Monsters from Maine, Scott Loomis. We already looked at this picture maybe 2 videos ago. Since then, this picture has been on my mind. And I'm not entirely sure why, but it was bugging me. It was just eating at the back of my mind. Like, you got to go look at that picture again. You got to get that picture out, go look at it again. You're missing something, right? So, first of all, I want to say, Scott, you never responded to my last email about those other pictures. I will move forward with your permission, but I want your permission on those pictures. So I don't want to I'm sitting on them. We're not doing anything until you say so. But let's talk about this picture. There's so much going on here, and maybe that's why it bugged me. Because there's a lot of pareidolia, but there's also stuff that we can't deny. And I'm just going to zoom in on a few things that I see. I see eyes, nose, and lips here. And a facial structure. Like here. Here, see that? That's the side of the face. But anyway, I don't know what that is. I just see a face. Up here, imagine what's that guy's name? Chewbacca. That's like eye, nose, frowned mouth, and then head here that comes all the way down like long hair. here and there, right? So now you're starting to get that whole visual of the Chewbacca type face. Then I think last time we pointed out this. There's a round head here. Eyes, nose, mouth, maybe ears. So I think we pointed most of that out in the last video. And like I said, this is, and then there's another thing here. Like another, I think this is pareidolia, but there's like another like face looking thing here. This is the picture that keeps on giving. But here's what I missed last time, and I think this is why, whatever was telling me to go back and look at this thing again, this is the actual reason why. What is this? You see the mouth sort of agape with the eye and half of the face shown, and the hair that comes up to a very large dome up here, because the forehead would be right here. The rest of this is head. And only half the face shown because all they need is the one eye to look at you. And then you can see there's like a shoulder here and more torso here. Is this a Sasquatch? I don't know. It doesn't necessarily look like a typical Sasquatch, but that doesn't mean anything. I've learned that over time. But I think this creature this is all bush here. This is like right here. This is all leaves and bush. I think this creature was leaning its left eye out to look right at you, Scott. And I can't believe that I missed that. But again, there was just something in the back of my head. It was like, you got to get that picture back out. So that's why. So thank you, Scott. Monsters from Maine on YouTube. Go give that guy a sub and check his stuff out. He's great. Pamela Esper, Bigfoot World, coming through with this guy. Huge conical shaped head here. You got the eyes, the nose, almost like a mustache with the cheekbones there and there. You got a shoulder trailing off here. Oh, I'm going to double down on this one, okay? So since we can see a shoulder here, we should expect to see a shoulder here, right? Is this a juvenile head? Is he holding a baby? Maybe, right? I'm just saying that this side should look like this side. There should be symmetry here. And there's not. There's a big black circle. So I'm wondering if that's not a baby. Maybe you got two in that shot. Okay. Where else? Where else? Scott. Okay. This guy. Okay. This is Tommy Boy Productions on YouTube. Met him last night at live. Thanks for coming. And he said, can I send you a couple pictures? Always, you're always welcome to send pictures, videos, or stories. We will personally address each one of them at bigfootinput@gmail.com. So always feel welcome to send those. And we will contact you about them. So this one here, he's hearing some noises. I don't remember if they were clicks or whistles he was hearing, something, and he turns around and snaps his picture. So here's this face. You get the eyes here, the nose, the mouth. Yeah, it's all there, right? Something something's there, whatever. Could be pareidolia. But this one, this one's impressive. You know, unfortunately, he's taking a picture of a camera screen. I want to see if maybe there's some way he can get this picture off of this like SD card or whatever, and actually send me the proof of the picture. You know, like I would love to have the actual picture without all the interference. But this is what we got. So we can clearly make out this conical shaped head, which actually goes out of screen and then comes back in here and goes all the way around. And then I want you to imagine that this is a shoulder here. This would be his left shoulder. And he's got his head turned towards Tommy, taking the picture. Eye there, nose, and the mouth is only half visible because of this green leaf, you know, leaves here, whatever, you know. So, you know, Tommy, you asked me what I thought, and the fact is you got a picture of a Sasquatch. You get a good picture of a Sasquatch. I think Tommy said he was from Wisconsin, or no, he grew up in Wisconsin. I think he was in Pennsylvania, but anyway, less important. But yeah. So Tommy, if you're listening, if you can send me those pictures, like the original files, I think we could really get onto something here. But either way, yeah, you had a Sasquatch that was probably going somewhere and noticed you and turned to look at you right as you took the picture. So, great picture, great shot, good job. I couldn't resist. I could not resist. I love Danny DeVito. And this picture just, it makes me laugh. So I had to. Is anybody sick of this guy yet? I am. I am sick of this guy. This is twice now that the same train company has pulled this BS. This Silverton to Durango train in Colorado. They did it a while back with the black Sasquatch that was kind of running or something. And now they're doing it again with this guy in the suit. So this video came out and just hit the nation. You know, it was on TMZ. Everyone was like, "Whoa," you know. And that night I broke the video down. I immediately found a pant leg in the video. How at the bottom of the leg, the pants bell bottomed and flared out, and it was obviously a pant leg. And I mean, I got just raked over the coals, man. Like, you know, you shouldn't have a YouTube if you can't tell an obvious Sasquatch and all this kind of stuff. You know, some lady very intelligently told me that my bell-bottom theory, hair does the same thing. I don't even know what to say to that. So, it's physically impossible for a guy to go out there that far out in a suit. Okay, stop with the excuses. Really, it's not physically impossible. People accomplish the impossible all the time. This guy puts a suit in a backpack, hikes out to where the train's going to be, puts the suit on, and magically pops up at the second the train's going by. Okay, it's a publicity stunt, bottom line. And then, after I get raked over the coals about it, Thinker Thunker comes out with his video and does the arm-leg ratio. And guess what? The arms are half the length of the legs. It's a guy in a suit. And everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, well, I knew it was a guy in a suit." Absolutely. You know, give me a break. Anyway, thanks to Thinker Thunker. You know, I know everyone just sort of thinks of him as being the end-all and the authoritative word on things. But, you know, we proved it before he even got involved. No shade to Thinker Thunker. I like that guy. But anyway, let's put this thing to bed, can we? It's fake. It's a guy in a suit. The end of it. I want to say thank you to our members, Nick Matthews, C. Richardson, and Adventure Monty. And if you would like to be a member too and have a fancy little star next to your name that shows how long you've been a member, all you need to do is go over to our main page on YouTube and click join, and then click join again. And it is as low as $1.99 per month, and you'll get the fancy little star. You'll get preferential treatment from me because you're helping support my channel, and you will also get access to exclusive content of things that we cannot show nor say here on the YouTubes for fear of demonetization and penalization and all that good stuff. All right. You can also join us over on Patreon, and that is 99 cents a month, and that will give you access to our exclusive content, and again, it helps support the channel. So thank you to everybody over on Patreon. Moving right along, let's get through what we have left. This one popped up earlier. The guy says there's no way this is a suit. This is a juvenile Sasquatch. So I'm going to tell you why this is most likely real. First of all, arm length is the same as the leg length. Okay? That legitimizes the whole thing. What people are saying, they think they're seeing a shoe, I believe is wet fur, wet hair. He's standing in water. I believe that the hair near the foot there is just wet and coming down, and now we're seeing a little bit of a heel right there. So no, I don't see how that kind of does that. It's because he's walking through water. I don't believe that that is a boot. I think that's actually just a wet foot. And we are possibly seeing the shadow of genitalia through the hair. So yeah, I don't have a reason to believe that this is not legit. No one seems to know where this picture came from or any backstory to it at all, but that doesn't mean it's not real. Bigfoot World, exploring an abandoned urban area, which is, I guess I shouldn't really call it urban, but it's an abandoned work site. Let's say that. Right? And I don't know how long ago it was abandoned. I believe it was in the 70s. And it is in the middle of the forest. And so they decided to go explore it. And they took a picture. And then I believe later discovered this guy. Eyes, nose, mouth, forehead. Now, does that mean that I think this is a skunk ape? Well, not necessarily. It doesn't really look like a skunk ape. I don't know what it is, but I know it's cool and it's weird. And I'm fascinated by it. I don't know. I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that one. Thank you to Bigfoot World, obviously, always, Kathy, and that whole group. I went back and forth about whether I was going to do this picture at all, but I have to. This lady posted this picture on a ghost caught on camera on Facebook, and her name is Cheryl, and she said, I took this picture, what do you see? And I tried to contact Cheryl, but she can't be contacted on Messenger for what I could tell, and the comments were shut down on the page, and I don't know why. There was no reason for the comments to be shut down, but unless the page just didn't really support this whole thing, which they could have just deleted it. But anyway, so being that it's a ghost site, I'm assuming that she thinks that she sees some ghosts. Okay, well, maybe she does. Or maybe, because of pareidolia, you could pick out about 100 things in this picture that could be misinterpreted or whatever, accurately interpreted as a ghost. I don't know. I don't see any ghosts. That doesn't mean they're not there. But that's not what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is this guy. And I wish I could have contacted her because I wanted to tell her that she has a Sasquatch on her property. One little beady eye, two little beady eye, one nostril, two nostrils, frowny face. All right. Big head here, goes all the way up here. Shoulders, etc. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at this picture, looking for ghosts, and I found a Sasquatch. So, again, I just had to show this to you guys. They got to see this, and that's that. So there you go. There's a picture of Sasquatch when you least expect it. And once again, I'm just going to say thank you guys. And if you want to join the channel, you can hop over to the main page and click join. We would appreciate it. We're glad to have you. Any submissions can be sent to bigfootinput@gmail.com. And we are going to have more videos coming out this week, so stay tuned. In the meantime, this is J Mac, and I'm out.